Welcome back. You know, we've all gotten them, those phone calls from unknown numbers, emails and texts from suspicious sources. In today's digital world, attempts to defraud us seem to be coming from every direction. Joining us this morning is Deidre Davis. She's the MSUFCU Chief Marketing Officer. Talk a little bit about some of the more prevalent scams you may encounter out there, like smishing, and how you can protect yourself from them. Hello, Deidre. Good morning.
Good morning.
I gotta be honest, smishing's a new term for me. So is this one of the latest fraud strategies we need to be watching out for?
Well, as you mentioned, scammers and fraudsters, they're always coming up with new ways to trick us into giving them our financial information. So they're not just focusing on emails, but they're also trying to scam us through those phone calls, pop-up windows, on social media, and in text messaging, which is known as smishing. So it's like phishing, which is through the phone, but SMS phishing. And so that's how the word smishing came about.
Oh.
So with smishing, yeah, exactly. Scammers craft messages that attempt to impersonate an organization, such as your financial institution that you know and trust. So it could be your financial institution, it could be, say, Netflix, a streaming service that you use, or even a local restaurant. So they will oftentimes include the logo and colors that look to be the exact colors of the company you're familiar with, because they want it to look like a legitimate message from the organization you know. But a good rule of thumb is to always approach any message that you receive with a healthy dose of scrutiny.
Okay, so how common is this? I mean, it seems like I'm familiar with the emails. I've been caught a couple of times actually clicking on a link I shouldn't have probably clicked on. So how do we identify this, and how common is it?
Yeah, so it is definitely becoming very, very common nowadays, because those fraudsters, again, people are learning how to avoid phishing attempts. And so they're saying, okay, how can now we trick consumers? And so it's becoming very common. Last week, or perhaps it was the week before, I received two smishing attempts in one day, on the same day. And so scammers are definitely out there trying to see how they can trick consumers. And so again, just to go over what smishing is, the scammer sends a text message that's intended to trick you into providing personal information, including your account number, social security number, passwords, and other really sensitive, personally identifiable information. And then they use that information to gain access to your accounts, or they might even sell it to other scammers. And some of the really most popular smishing tactics include claiming that there's an issue with your payment information, stating that your account or maybe your credit card is blocked, asking you to verify purchases, and also offering prizes and gift cards. And something that you'll see that's really common with a smishing message is a sense of urgency that is placed within the text. So they're trying to scare you with a problem or even push you towards a prize. So the text message might tell you that you have an overdue bill and try to get you to click on the link to go, in quotes, pay your balance on their website, which of course will be a spot where they're able to steal your information. Or it might say that your credit card or your debit card is locked or blocked, or it might want you to verify the purchase. But when you click the link, you might potentially download malware that goes onto your device that can then extract information automatically. Or you might be asked to enter, like I said, that personal information, which the fraudsters could then use themselves to access your accounts. So if you take a look at what the different signs of smishing are, you will help protect yourself. And so that's the number one thing that you can do, is just be alert and look for signs.
And really quickly, what do I do if I see something like this? What if I get one of these texts?
Well, the first thing to do, if you're not expecting it, definitely don't click any of those links. You can also report the texting scam attempt to your wireless service provider by texting it to 7726, and that will help the phone carrier as well as others investigate. And don't be afraid to reach out to the sending, I'll say, institution, but of course it's not being sent by them. But if it looks like a message from your financial institution, reach out to them and ask, did they send it?
Perfect, Deidre. Thank you so much for your information this morning. We obviously want to keep everyone's information safe, and this information could be vital for someone watching right now. Thank you for the time this morning.
Thank you.
Absolutely. If you want to learn more, go to msufcu.org in case you missed any of that. They've got all the information on how to protect your account and look out for those fraudulent attacks. We'll be right back.